I'm striving to get rich. That's why I always went 2 years without buying shoes and feet. Things change now. My mom hearing me with my music and she look a little proud.
What a joyous occasion. What a joyous occasion. I usually don't do face cam videos for breaking news stories like this, but for this specific news, Justin Fields has finally been named the Bears quarterback, not just this week against the Raiders, but going forward. I had to do a face cam video for this. I had to show my face and show my happiness and show my excitement for this, because Nagy made this hard. Matt Nagy made this situation much more harder and much more difficult than it had to be, especially after the game press conference with him saying that Andy Dalton is still the number one guy, and when he's healthy, he's going to start. I was one that was definitely in disagreement with that, because number one, once you play Justin Fields, once you start Justin Fields, he has to be the guy going forward. There's no turning back once you put Fields in the lineup. I said that against the Browns in my reaction video then. I said it this week leading up to the Lions, and I said it after the game again. There's no way and no shape, unless just something drastic happens, an injury, there's no way you turn back to Andy Dalton once you put Justin Fields in the lineup as the Bears starting quarterback. There's no way you go back to Andy Dalton. Now, I know Dalton is a great teammate. Dalton has had some success in this league. But for the development of Justin Fields and for the better of the franchise going forward, there's no way you leave Justin Fields right now, especially when he's getting first team reps. He's getting the first team reps in practice. He's getting reps outside of the second team and scout team where Nagy had him. He's getting those game reps with the ones. He's getting the practice reps with the ones. He's getting adjusted to starting every week and being consistent in that starting role every single week as a rookie quarterback. There's no way you turn back to Andy Dalton unless an injury happens. Because if you turn back to Dalton, all you're going to have in your hands is a situation that they have with the Miami Dolphins. Because last year, Brian Flores, for whatever reason, was flip-flopping back and forth between Ryan Fitzpatrick and Tua Tagovailoa. And once you put the rookie in, and once you give him that notion, and once you give him that confidence that he's your quarterback and he is the starter going forward, there's no way to turn back unless injury happens. And especially how this Bears offense is, and especially the injury to David Montgomery, which I previously did a video about that. Justin Fields gives you the best chance to win. Now, we know with the Chicago Bears team is not a Super Bowl contender. Let's just be 100% honest with ourselves. The Bears are not a Super Bowl contender. Can they be a playoff contender? Absolutely. They could be a playoff contender with that defense. Now, it does remain to be seen how Justin Fields is handled going forward, especially if Matt Nagy makes himself the OC again and takes over the play calling. If that happens, the Bears are done. Let's just face it. The Bears are absolutely done. Whether it's Dalton or Fields, the Bears are done. So with Justin Fields and add the David Montgomery injury, you're going to have to need some type of a boost to your running game. And what better guy to have a boost to your running game than a quarterback that runs a 4.4 40 that is explosive and that is elusive, especially in the pocket, in Justin Fields. He gives you an opportunity with the RPOs. He gives you an opportunity with the play action, with the designed quarterback runs whenever the Bears do decide to do that. He gives you the opportunity to, number one, be a consistent offense and win the time of possession, which you're going to need to keep that defense fresh and keep them going after the quarterback, because the Bears right now lead the league in sacks. So you're going to need that defense fresh in order to continue being a stable, more successful football team. Now, Andy Dalton brings something different. He's a pocket, stationary type of quarterback. So Justin Fields now, especially with the injury to David Montgomery, gives you a totally different dynamic in this offense, and especially if Bill Lazor is the one designing the offense and calling the plays, Justin Fields, I feel, will be in better of a position to be a successful quarterback like you drafted him to be. You moved up from 20 to 11 to get Justin Fields. So the best bet now, make Justin Fields a starter going forward. I was waiting on Matt Nagy to finally get outside of his stubbornness, to finally do something smart and name Justin Fields the starting going forward. Because if you didn't want to play Justin Fields, you still think he wasn't ready, you should have went to Nick Foles. If you didn't want to play Justin Fields now, you shouldn't have started him against Cleveland. Because at the end of the day, it breaks so much momentum if you're going to start him and then bench him. Start him and then bench him. That breaks so much of momentum, and if he has a bad game, especially like he did against Cleveland, even though that wasn't his fault, you break confidence, you kill any momentum that he has and any consistency and any rhythm that he has with the ones in practice reps and things like that going forward. So, am I happy that Matt Nagy finally came to this decision? Yes. Now, I do think Ryan Pace had a hand in this, and this is why. Because Ryan Pace is the guy that moved up from 20 to 11. He wanted Justin Fields as his quarterback. So I believe at some point in between Monday and today, I believe that Ryan Pace had a conversation with Matt Nagy to push the needle on getting Justin Fields as the starting quarterback, not just this week against the Raiders, but going forward, because you invested so much into getting Justin Fields on the Chicago Bears roster. Why not put the guy in and see what he can do now, and see if he is ready, and see if he is the guy that you truly believe in going forward. Now, lately, we've seen quarterbacks, first-round quarterbacks mainly, don't sit very long. My prediction was that Justin Fields was probably going to start by week 5 or week 6, and then we're going to ride with him through the rest of the year. Even though he started week 3, my prediction was kind of right, because this is week 5 now, and Justin Fields has been named the Bears starting quarterback going forward. So am I happy about this news? Absolutely. As a guy who watched Justin Fields for 2 years at Ohio State, and I'm an Ohio State fan, and now he's a Chicago Bear and he's a starting quarterback for the Bears. After the way he looked last week with Bill Lazor calling plays, he looked successful throwing the ball down the field accurately and creating more explosion to this Bears offense that has been devoid of it. There's no turning back to Andy Dalton. No turning back. So I'm happy Matt Nagy made the decision now. I'm happy Matt Nagy finally came to some common sense. And now, from here going forward, Justin Fields is our QB1 going forward. And I cannot be any more happier. But those are my thoughts on Justin Fields being named the quarterback for the Bears. Make sure you guys leave this video a like. That helps the channel to grow tremendously. Comment your thoughts down below. Is it finally time for Justin Fields to be the quarterback, like most fans think? Or do you think outside of the box and thinking maybe a little bit differently? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to continue this happiness and conversation going forward. And click that subscribe button so you will not miss a single video. And click that notification bell as well. But enough of that. I'm APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe out there. Have a great and excellent day. And I'll catch you guys in a Bears preview video. Peace.